What I should do is get my all right. Shalom, everyone. I'm Brother Doug with my mom's sister Sharon. Tonight we have the last day of unleavened bread. It is the last day and the second high day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread that Yahuwah has bestowed us to guard those that are his children, those that are the children of Yahuwah Almighty, Yahushua Messiah. So tonight we have the great honor to actually continue finishing up this feast of Yahuwah's of Yahusha. So tonight we're going to be doing a continuation of the manuscript study. So we're going to be continuing here. So it's going to be the Baruch to me with the time this week to be able to compile for you guys the last little bit here for part 8. We're going to see how far we get. Obviously, as you can see, there's a bunch of ones from Psalms. Let's see here. So part 8 will, most of these are, I think almost all of these are from Psalms. So pretty much we're going to be staying in the book of Psalms here. But here we go. So part 8. Here we go. Psalms 30, verse 1, guys. And let me go to my e-sword so I can show you guys what the difference is going to be. So I said Psalms 30, verse 1, right, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's go here. Let's go to parallel. All right, so I have a version of the Septuagint on the right side of my screen here. I got a version of the Masoretic. Allergies. So the Septuagint says here for Psalms 30, verse 1, which seems to be 29, verse 1 in the Septuagint, says, for the end a psalm and song at the dedication of the house of Daoud. So this is a specific psalm sung for the dedication of the temple. Or maybe no, not even. It would be the dedication of, I guess, Daoud's house.
Palace is what my footnote said.
So his palace. So
Mhm.
Interesting. So this would be I guess like almost a psalm of thanksgiving for David's house. So that's what how the Septuagint reads. Let's see, go to the Vulgate here. Where do I have I could have swore I had the Vulgate here. Okay, CPV, where are you at? Sometimes they don't put this stuff in chronological order with these translations here, so it gets a little weird. Where do they do that? Strange. Huh. Okay. All right. So now you go to the Vulgate here. It says a canticle psalm in dedication of the house of Daoud. So again, almost identical. The Vulgate with the Septuagint is almost identical. The Masoretic says something like, I exalt you, O Yahuwah. Well, actually, the ISR doesn't have the introduction there. So the Masoretic would say a psalm and song at the dedication. Okay, so there it's actually the same thing. Okay, so I'll take that one away. That's actually the same thing. Okay. So my mistake about that. All right, moving on to verse 30, chapter 31, verse 1. So the Masoretic here says, to the chief musician, a psalm of Daoud. Now we know this one has a difference here, because the Septuagint says, for the end, a psalm of Daoud, an utterance of extreme fear. That's how it starts out with that one. So, and then if you go to the Vulgate, it's very similar. It says, unto the end, instead of for the end, it says unto the end, a Psalm of Daoud according to an ecstasy. Ecstasy, extreme fear, kind of like synonyms of one another. Okay, so we see that the Vulgate's a lot closer to the Septuagint there. So again, 6 verse 1, the LXX and Vulgate have to the end or for the end. And again, you're going to see that is a constant theme where the Masoretic says to the chief musician. You'll see the Septuagint will say in the same introduction, will say unto the end or for the end. So yeah. So again, that's the major difference. Then we got Psalms 38:1.
No.
Psalms 38 verse 1. So a psalm of Daoud to bring remembrance is how it says that. Then if you go to the Septuagint, it says a psalm of Daoud for remembrance concerning the Sabbath day. So the Masoretic omits concerning the Sabbath day. And I think the Vulgate as well. Psalm of Daoud in commemoration of the Sabbath. So if you have a Catholic Bible, it would agree with the Septuagint there. Concerning the Sabbath or commemoration of the Sabbath, either way, it does not, the Masoretic does not include either one of those phrases there. So then we have Psalms 39:1, Vulgate and Septuagint to the end. I'm not going to go to each and every one, guys, especially when it's the same difference. So I'm going to kind of just read down the list to get us going here. Okay, Psalms 39:1, unto the end or to the end. Go ahead.
When it says for the director of music for Yeduthun,
yeah.
Now does that mean Jerusalem? Does Yeduthun?
No, Yeduthun was supposedly like a temple singer or.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, Yeduthun was a person. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So now from chapters 40 to 50, they're all going to be the same differences. They're going to be unto the end, for the end. And again, the LXX and Vulgate agree almost word for word from Psalms 40 verse 1 all the way down to 50 to 49 verse 1. 50 is fine, but 40 to 49, all those introductions, the LXX and Vulgate agree against the Masoretic, as you can see here. So I just don't want to keep beating a dead horse when it's the same instance for like 8 times in a row. Okay. Psalms 51:1 has for the end to the end again. So you have the same difference there. Psalms 50 verse 1, I didn't realize that there is a difference there. So we're going to go back to Psalms 50 verse 1. 50 verse 1 actually, the Masoretic leaves something out here that's very weird. It leads out Mighty One of Mighty Ones. So if you had a Catholic Bible or a Septuagint, it would say a Psalm of Asaph, the Elohim of Elohim, Yahuwah has spoken. Now, the reason that's important, if you know anything about the Heavenly Council and the what Christianity calls the Divine Council, okay, this is showing that Yahuwah is supreme, that he's above the mighty ones of the nations, the mighty ones of the Masoretic leaves this phrase out. So again, it's that's why I really believe when it comes to the Book of Psalms, Septuagint definitely has a superior version of the Book of Psalms for certain areas like that. Exodus 23, so we're actually going to Exodus 23 verse 3. Okay, some of these I reiterated. Hold on a second. Yes, Exodus 23:23 So we're going to go to Exodus 23:23. Let's just see here. So Exodus 23:23. Okay. And by the way, guys, please comment in the comments section if strong enough. It looks pretty strong tonight, so I don't know. It might have automatically connected. Yeah. So anyway, let me just check to see. Okay, yeah. So this is Exodus 23:23. It says, "For my messenger shall go as your leader, and shall bring you to the Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Canaanites, Girgashites, Hivites, Jebusites, and I will destroy them." Now, I believe one of these is missing. I believe Girgashite is missing in the Masoretic. So you only have 6 tribes that's talking about in the Masoretic. Where if you look at the Septuagint, it has Girgashite, which makes it all 7 tribes. Now, if you look at the Samaritan Pentateuch, is a second witness to the Septuagint. It also includes the Girgashites. Okay, so even though the Vulgate doesn't agree with the Septuagint here, the Samaritan Pentateuch, which is very close in the age of the manuscript, is also agreeing with it as well. Just to let you know. So the Samaritan Torah is a second witness in that particular verse to the Septuagint. Now if we go to Psalms 52, for time's sake, I'm not going to go to it on the shared screen, guys, because it would be ridiculous to show the same difference like 10 times in a row. All these are going to have for the end. So Psalms 52:1 to 53:1, 4, 5, 6. So chapters 52 to 56, all the introductions of those chapters, the Vulgate and the Septuagint say for the end. So you have the Masoretic, I think what they say, Mom, to the chief musician every time.
For 52?
For 52 verse
No,
1.
there's a big paragraph on mine about 52.
Yeah, but what is the introduction?
It says, when Doeg the Edomite had gone to Saul and told him.
No, like the very first part of it.
Of the actual verse?
Yeah.
Why do you boast of evil, you mighty man?
Hold on a second. You want this is what I'm looking for. To the director of music. This is
I'm sorry.
Okay. That's the actual introduction. This is the first verse.
Oh, all right.
So this is what I'm saying here is that before verse 1, where it has 1 there, this is the actual introduction. So it would say, for the director of music, a maskil of David, a song of David. Mm-hmm. That's the introduction. So that's what we're paying attention to, because the Vulgate and the Septuagint, instead of saying to the chief musician, they have for the end. So that's a major difference there. And that's from chapters 52 to 58, all of them. So all those introductions, it will say to the music director, to the choir director for your Masoretic text Bibles. In the LXX and Vulgates, meaning the Septuagint and Catholic Bibles, it will say for the end. So that I know this was kind of a short study, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this type of study. I didn't have much time to really, really put together a full long length study for you guys. I was thinking about doing the when does a day start study. I didn't realize we recorded that last year, so I apologize. I really didn't have anything prepared for tonight. So I have been working on this stuff. As far as I could see for this one so far, those were the main differences I've seen recently and lately. So Yahuwah willing, and have a great rest of your feast of unleavened bread, feast festival of matzah. All of our brothers and sisters in Yahuwah Almighty, Yahushua Messiah, have a great rest of your feast, and have a great weekly Sabbath, because I know a lot of us, our weekly Sabbath is coming in about 2 days. So anyway, till next time, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.